I still remember how the lights danced across the ballroom that night. The music was gentle, conversations floated around like bubbles in champagne, and happiness seemed to hover over everyone. My wife, Emma, stood beside me in a silver dress that shimmered with every flicker of light, making her look like a dream I never wanted to wake from. I thought that night would be perfect, a chance to laugh, breathe, and forget the stress that life had piled on us. But I had no idea it would be the last time I saw her the same way. It happened so subtly at first that I barely registered it. A man I knew vaguely, tall, confident, someone she worked with, approached her with a smile that lingered far too long. They began chatting, and I didn't pay attention until I noticed it. The smile she gave him, her eyes softened, her cheeks lifted, her hand brushed his arm, was the kind she used to give me when we first fell in love. My heart didn't shatter instantly. It sank, quietly, like a ship hitting an iceberg I didn't see coming. I stood across the room, whiskey in hand, untouched. His hand rested lightly on the small of her back, and she didn't flinch. She didn't even glance my way. And then I heard it, a laugh, soft and warm, genuine. And that's what cut the deepest. People came up to me, joked, dragged me into small talk. I smiled, nodded, pretended all was fine. Inside, I was screaming. Some men might have stormed over, made a scene, shouted, maybe even swung a punch. That wasn't me. I waited. I watched. I memorized every gesture, every look, every second. She forgot I existed. I told myself, wait until we're alone. Don't let anger make you foolish. Don't let betrayal change who you are. So I stood there, silently, letting the night stretch on while each moment twisted the knife deeper. When the party finally wound down and people began to leave, Emma approached me like nothing had happened. "Ready to go?" she asked, smiling casually, as if she hadn't spent the evening giving another man the look she stopped giving me months ago. I nodded, staying quiet because my voice would have betrayed me. The drive home was cold and silent. She scrolled through her phone. I gripped the wheel like it was the only thing keeping me tethered. Halfway there, I pulled onto a deserted road, lit only by the faint glow of streetlights. "What are you doing?" she asked, confused. I turned to her and asked simply, "Who is he?" Her smile vanished. She blinked, caught off guard. "What are you talking about?" she whispered. I didn't raise my voice. I just looked at her and said softly, "Don't lie to me tonight. Not after what I saw." She hesitated, then exhaled. "He's just a friend. You're overthinking." I shook my head slowly. "A friend doesn't hold you like that. A friend doesn't make you smile the way you used to smile at me. A friend doesn't make you forget your husband is watching across the room." Her eyes welled with tears, not guilt, but realization.
She knew I was right.
She knew I was done pretending. She tried to explain, claiming it was innocent, meaningless. But betrayal isn't always physical. Sometimes it's the distance, the hidden smiles, the words you don't share. I looked at her and said, "Tonight, you made me feel like a stranger in my own marriage." And in that instant, she broke. She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. She whispered, "Please don't give up on us." But she didn't see it. She had already made her choice. When we got home, she locked herself in the bathroom and cried. I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the dark ceiling, a storm of anger, sadness, and clarity swirling inside me. For the first time in a long time, I knew exactly what I had to do. I tried to sleep on the couch, but mostly I just sat there, silent, wondering how love could twist into this. The next morning, she appeared in the kitchen, eyes puffy, voice trembling. "Can we talk?" she whispered. I handed her a folded envelope. Her hands shook as she opened it. "Divorce papers?" she asked, stunned. "You're divorcing me because of last night?" I shook my head slowly.
"No.
I'm divorcing you because last night revealed the truth. You're not mine anymore. Maybe you haven't been for a long time." She fell to her knees, weeping, begging me to reconsider. She insisted it was a mistake, meaningless, but trust, once broken, doesn't rebuild itself overnight. I helped her up and said softly, "I loved you enough to fight for you, but I won't beg you to love me back." Word got out. Friends, family, people from the party, they all had opinions. But one thing was undeniable. I didn't lose my temper. I didn't cause a scene. I simply walked away with my dignity intact. And sometimes, in a world full of noise, betrayal, and broken promises, the quietest goodbye is the one that leaves everyone speechless.